Good evening, good morning, good afternoon. Today my guest is Uria. I hope I got it right. Tsur.
You're amazing.
And he is a singer and a songwriter, but mostly he is a producer and a visionary and facilitator of amazing voice events. He even produced a festival, Sacred Journey, and he's doing retreats and workshops that are more like ceremonies when I watch them and when I feel them. Yeah. So you are doing amazing work with voice, creating community, opening people's hearts, and expanding consciousness and evoking power in people. It's beautiful. And before we begin, if you are in a place where you can close your eyes, please do for a moment. And focus on your breath. Maybe you want to make a sound on your out breath, like a sigh. If you're brave enough, you can do that. Just to feel yourself for a moment. Feel your body and the movement inside your body, your physical body, your mental body, your emotional body, your spiritual body. Just be with yourself. Maybe for the first time today, maybe not. Maybe you will feel space inside and maybe not. And it's okay. Just be with whatever is. I'm inviting to this journey today our ancestors, those who walked before us. I am inviting our descendants, those who will come after us. I invite the flow of life and the river of life, continuous. I invite angels, guardians that walk beside us, all of those who help us, who protect us. Thank you for your presence in this time together today. Take a deeper breath into your body, and when you are ready, just open your eyes. Welcome, Uria.
Thank you so much, Kasia. Thank you for inviting me and for having this beautiful opening. I saw generations and generations behind me as you were guiding, and I saw my children's children flowing on, and it just immediately, because this is the first moment I'm taking today for myself. Until now, I was in meetings, in my to-do list, very deep in my to-do list, and it's such a privilege to take this moment, even though I'm walking this world, inviting people to take a moment and to observe. It's still, life is pulling me in so many directions, and to actually receive this moment is such a gift. So thank you for this, and I hope that the people that are with us now, and when I'm saying now, I'm saying, yeah, right now we're recording this interview, yet there are many people that are watching this in different times, and I'm hoping that we can all together hold this space together for this interview. So even if you're saying, yeah, but it's 3 years after this happened, see yourself as an active participant, because the inspiration that we're receiving here, nothing is written, it's all happening from the moment. So the inspiration we're receiving here, we're receiving in the name of, or for the people who will hear this. And in a way, your presence is felt here right now. And this now is ongoing. It's just changing and shifting. It's the same now. And see yourself as an active ingredient in what's happening here. And maybe ask yourself for a moment, what is the reason that you came here? What is the reason you pressed play to see this? What is it that you want to receive from our interview, from this flow of conversation? And just hold this. Remember that just by having this intention inside of you, you are sending beyond time, you are sending inspiration to this conversation. And let's see how it unfolds, and what are the things that will come up, and how will you find what you're looking for in this conversation. I'm curious to see.
So what is the reason you came here?
I came here because I like you. I see you from the first moment I met you. It's my sister, Jostra. I recognize something in our connection that makes me feel very much at home. And I appreciate your devotion. And then to dive together into a space of devotion, surrounded by the people that will hear us in the future, in many futures, is such a beautiful opportunity to pray, to be in ceremony, to explore, to observe life, to come back to center. As I said, I am fully in my life, being a partner to my wife, raising 2 children, developing a global career, doing what I do around the world, and being occupied in my mind by so many elements, being Israeli in these times with what's happening in Israel and Palestine, where right now it's we are in March 2024. Things are happening right now in the world, and there's so much uncertainty, and my mind is taken to so many places. And to have this moment of solid stability in the heart, in the observation, in consciousness together is an amazing gift. And I really appreciate your invitation.
Thank you. So what exactly are you doing with people? You said that you are inviting people to presence.
I basically sing with people. That's first of all, that's like we sing together. And to sing together is something that is very rare in the fashion of our culture in these decades or centuries. And or it's related only to a specific religious form, or only to those who call themselves professional singers. And I see our mutual song as such a beautiful opportunity to connect in a deeper level, to feel our belonging, to expose our belonging to the human society, to the human race, to the people around us in every given moment. So I invite people to sing together, and I slowly help relax in this field, because it's stressful, it's intimidating to open up, to sing, to bring my artistic expression into the world is so intimate and vulnerable, and it's so and it needs guidance nowadays for many of us. And I naturally have the ability, and it's something that I really love doing. I love guiding people towards singing and expressing themselves and relaxing into their amazing voices already. And all the vocal workshops that I give are not about teaching people how to sing better. It's just about saying, come on, let's sing. Let's just relax into that. Music is in us. We are music. We use music in every conversation, in every sentence that we say. There's music. There's music and groove. And we're all masters of that. We're using it in every conversation. So I love inviting for that and figuring out how simple and natural this is. And then as much as this is giving me a space to relax and breathe deeper, your invitation. So the same with the song circles. I find such deep relaxation and familiarity and a sensation of home and intimacy with such big amounts of people, and this touches my heart every time again. And this is what drives me to keep on doing this. Yeah. On the ground, what it is I am inviting, I'm holding workshops, mainly the 3-day vocal freedom workshop, which I'm doing in cities around the world, and the voice medicine retreats, which are 6-day journeys for a smaller group or 50 people that are going through 6 days of deepening into the voice and into things that arise from us when we use our voice, when we practice singing, when we practice deep expression. Many things come up and heal. This is why it's called the voice medicine. Yeah, and every opportunity I have to sing with people, I kind of go for it.
Would you call that shamanic work?
No, I wouldn't, mainly because the word shamanic, this combination of words, shamanic work, has so much
Misuse.
so much weight on them and so much tension. And our life is shamanic. Life is speaking to us in every step that we do, every person we meet, every phone call we get, everything that catches our eye is life communicating with itself through us. Yeah. And this is shamanic work. Life is shamanic work. And when we gather and keep our intention neutral for a while, it exposes a very wide band of this communication of life with itself through us. Some people will call it shamanic work. I just call it nature.
So what is the intention of this work? Do you have any, like, one intention for each workshop, or intention arises each time you hold a workshop, or it comes from people?
There is the main thing that is, I just come here to do what I love to do, and I see that it connects with what other people love to. We love singing. We all love singing, and we're stuck with our song. I am also stuck with my, not right now. When you said take a deep breath and make a sigh at the beginning of our conversation, if you're brave enough, I wasn't brave enough. I'm teaching people how to be brave with their voices, and right now I was like, I couldn't give a I'm home. So I know how it is. We're all in this together, you know. So to dive into this bravery. Yeah.
So the bravery is intention and coming back to our souls.
I think our the intention is to become more relaxed in the amazing being of what we are, and it takes courage, and it takes compassion, and it takes patience, and it takes kindness, and it takes authenticity, and it takes vulnerability, and it takes many things. Courage is the main ingredient there. And fear is also a main ingredient there. Courage cannot be there if we're not afraid. And being afraid, how do I relax into being afraid? How do I become a better friend with myself? So the intention is more the deepening our presence, expanding our consciousness and our presence in this life. Music is a tool, it's an instrument. Dance is an instrument. Art, plastic art, is an instrument. And then there are sub intentions for every vocal freedom I go to, which are related to where I am in my life. So I had a workshop happening in Tallinn 2 weeks after the war between Israel and Palestine started. So my intention was peace. My intention was prayer for peace and compassion, and to pray for the ability to contain the hardships of life. And a year before that, I had a workshop in another place just after I was having a rough time with my partner in our relationship. So my intention was healing that, healing my relationship, and then my intention that I hold for everyone is healing the masculine feminine tension, or not even healing, because it's not a sickness, it's just a tension that is there. It's a part of the field. Focusing on that, and being deeper in presence in that, and embracing that, relaxing into that. So every time my intention changes, and all the time the intention and the root intention is, how can I become in deeper presence with life? I am life, living inside life. This life created me, and I have a short time to walk in this grand self that I am, with awareness, with self consciousness. This is so amazing. I want to expand that. I want to share that. I know that when we gather right now, our conversation creates a container that helps more of this to rise to the surface, and we can hold that. And when there's a bunch of us, when there's 50 of us, there's the container is even stronger to hold more of this wisdom to rise to the surface, the wisdom that is within all of us. And then when I speak, I'm the speaker of all of us. Anyone else can right now speak, and will bring the same depth of root into the wisdom, the collective wisdom that we are.
The same depth, but from a different perspective and from a different pillar.
Exactly. Exactly.
Yeah. So from what I hear is that you are bringing yourself fully into the space that you are working with. If you are with fear, that's what you bring. If you are with anger, that's what you bring.
I can try and fake it, but it won't go through so well. I'm a bad liar.
So how does it feel when you are in conflict, for example, with your partner, and then you have a workshop? Like thinking about
It's
the
more.
energy that you are bringing, this energy into the space and all of that. How is it for you?
It's completely natural by now.
Love that.
It used to be very, very, very scary, because, oh my God, I'm not focused, I'm not there. Can I bring what I'm needed to bring? And then after many times, I realized two things. One, the space is asking for something from me that is beyond my reach. And maybe the way that I am is what the space needs right now.
Mhm.
I have an idea. My ego thinks, yeah, I think that no, but it will be even better for everyone if I will be like this or like that. But who am I to know what's better for everyone? I don't know what is the experience that people need. I can only bring myself as I am and do my best, and to trust that the people, they came here, as much as I trust myself to call into my life everything that comes into my life and take it as a lesson. I trust also the other people to call into their life whatever they want to bring into life, which includes myself in the way that I am right now. And the other thing that I realized is that the space that I hold is holding me, is stabilizing me. You know how it is when you're having a horrible day, everything is a mess, nothing works, and then a good friend comes and says, I'm such a mess. I need to ask you something. I need you to listen to me for a while. Just can you help me out? I don't know what to do. And immediately, whoop, you align, and you find the strength, and suddenly all of your mess is out of the window, and what is left is just you and your friend, and your focused, clean attention. So the mutual container of the two of you brought you into presence, right? So imagine what happens when you're holding space for 1,000 people. What clarity you're receiving. Yes, it's 1,000 times more scary. Yet the clarity and the strength that you receive once you say the first word is something that is beyond what I can describe.
Is it always scary?
Always, to some extent. Yes, always. Sometimes it's a little fear that I find. It's like, oh, it's you again. Hi, come, let's go up on stage. Sometimes it's, oh my God, I don't know. I'm not ready. I'm not this. I'm like, my fingers hurt. I broke a string in my guitar. It's, or anything. And usually the scarier it is, the more meaningful will be my experience and the process that I will go through and the medicine that I receive from holding space. The gift that I give a gift of holding space, of creating a container where people can go through a personal experience in a harmonious collective container. This is the gift that I give any one of us that is holding a concert, a circle, a talk, a lecture, and like holding space. So this is the gift that we give. And then the gift that I receive is that I meet depths in myself that I do not usually meet, because I will not be stable enough to handle them. And when I'm holding space, the space stabilizes me, and I can go deeper into myself and become friends with layers inside of me that I maybe didn't dare meeting, or just find places in me that I never found before. And then I become a more aware being. So there's this sharing of gifts, this giving and receiving every time I hold space, and every time in my observation, anytime any one of us is holding space.
So what is one of those places that you got to inside yourself in a circle that you were facilitating?
Wow. Well, it's not a place, it's layers of qualities. There is the root quality of doubt, self-doubt. I'm not good enough. Am I good enough? Do I have what the people need? Am I worthy of giving what it is that I give, of inviting to what it is that I'm inviting, of taking money for the thing that I'm inviting for. So there's this root of doubt that every once in a while rises to the surface and challenges me. And then I meet it, I relax into it, I work with it, I weave it into my song, I sing that. So I find ways in the subtleties of my voice and the textures of my voice to give space for that to move this energy. Our voice is a way for us to move stuck energy, traumatic energy from inside of us. And I work with it and I relax into it and I grow. Sometimes not immediately. Sometimes it will take me a whole week. Sometimes it'll be sometimes it'll be just a moment as I'm holding space. And then it relaxes and releases itself, and it looks like it's gone. Yet after a while, I will meet again. Here there's another layer closer to the essence of self-doubt that I'm meeting here. So that's one that is common, and it's common for me, and I see it also common for many of us. Yeah.
So you meet fears and you meet doubt, but probably mostly you meet God. That's what I would imagine. And this is God too, probably, now when I said that, like.
Exactly. I expand into embracing the divine essence of what I am in all of its manifestations. So there is fearful me and there is confident me. There is loving me and there is contracted and hateful me. There's all of that. I'm all that. I cannot be just that. and to embrace that is to embrace God. It's to embrace life, whatever it is that when I say God, I have my own kind of meaning towards that. Yet this is it. It's meeting existence, and then becoming more at peace with it. So not fixing it. I'm not fixing my fear. My fear is not a problem. It's my natural response to the unknown, and the unknown is where I want to go. So when I meet fear, it can already become, with time, it becomes an excitement. Oh, I'm afraid. I'm really afraid. Okay, I'm probably making, without me noticing, somehow I am making a bigger step into the unknown than usual, and I'm going to discover more than usual.
Beautiful.
Mm.
You talk a lot about relaxation.
Yeah.
Why is it so important? You say that you tell people to relax in whatever they are going through.
Yeah.
Just to feel all the aspects of who they are, yes, and to create space for that.
Yeah. Yeah. Because our tension is blocking our attention.
Right.
Yeah. When I am trying to, like, no, I need to see something specific, I'm resisting what is. There's this notion of I need to do something in order to become divine, in order to become enlightened, in order to become something better. We're already this. We are already it. We are life in all its glory. And instead of making an effort to step outside of ourselves, I'm saying relax and step into yourself. And when you find this quality, worlds open inside of you to rejoice with the beauty of creation that is existing inside of you already.
Yeah. I just finished translating this book, The Gene Keys, by Richard Rudd. And he has a concept of synarchy. And synarchy is about everybody being in their truth, in their
Yeah.
beauty, in their core. And then when we are there, we start to move a little bit like bees. We all have our space, our role, and we just weave together.
Yeah.
And it's so beautiful. And when I'm listening to you, that's how it sounds, that your workshops are a little bit like synarchy.
I'm exposing the synergic nature of us. We don't need to get to this place. We are that. We already are that. When I walk into a room, it can be a party, okay, a college party. I walk with beers and noise and all of that. I walk into this room and there is synergy that is created between everyone that are holding the space together with the same intention. Passively, just by coming there and being there together, we are the beehive. We don't become the beehive. We are the beehive. And then and I think what I'm inviting people to do is to awaken to that. It's just to see. I'm stating the obvious. I'm not creating anything new. I'm just observing things that I find exciting and glorious in our mutual presence, and then we hold this excitement towards them together, and then it grows. It's not that the magic between us grows, it's just our connection to the magic between us grows. And then we get to praise the beauty of what we are.
Mm. How did you discover you had a gift for that? For holding space for people's voices and divinity?
Um, wow, it's a good question. I think through song circles, I realized that I have, because I've seen charisma kind of working through, weaving itself through my life and things that I did in a very gentle way. And I think that in song circles, when I held a guitar and found a way to invite people to sing along, it was something that just, when I started doing that, wow, wow, I don't see any reason in doing any other kind of music. This is it. This is where I'm at home. And then I did it more and more and more and more and more and more. And after hundreds and hundreds of times that I've done that, I've learned so much of how to invite and how to create relaxation and a loving and welcoming invitation for people to open their voices and sing together. Yeah, it's, I think maybe it's just that there is this natural um, urge for me to be intimate with everyone. Every person I meet, I want to be closer to. I love people. I think we all do. We all love people, and we all want to be closer. And there's just a lot of fear there and a lot of doubt. Maybe at some point I realized that I'm not the only fearful and doubtful one. That we're all fearful and doubtful, and that we all. And once I really set into this understanding, realization that everyone wants to be closer, then I stopped being afraid of all the barriers that people are putting.
Mhm.
My faith became strong enough, even if I'm not seeing exactly how can we meet, the two of us. I know that there is a way, and if we stick together for long enough, we'll find it.
I really like that, what you said. And I noticed that people who are most defensive and who have those like, your facial expression says basically fuck off or go away, but those are the people that need love most, and they're just waiting there to see them.
Yeah, yeah. And also the realization that it's not my job to open anybody up.
Mhm.
That it's completely okay to be closed and to keep boundaries and borders and to stay not intimate. It's complete. It's a part of this. Like what makes intimacy so exciting and amazing is the fact that it's not taken for granted. Is the fact that we are living this life through our egos, through our separation, and through our separation we can discuss unity. We can appreciate unity. So it's not a problem to fix with anyone.
Mhm.
I just love rejoicing with the ones that are feeling like it, that are ready or open to it, because it's so much stronger and deeper. Well, I don't know, deeper is more in the smaller. It's just so much stronger together.
A few years ago, I was studying authentic relating. I was really involved, and then I started to facilitate, and I thought that everybody in the world should do that. That this is the medicine. Everybody should do that. We should get very intimate with each other and very close to each other. And then I even created this for the companies. And then I went through an illness, and I realized that sometimes I don't feel like connecting to people. And maybe people who go to work every day, they don't want to connect at such a deep level with their coworkers. And it's
Yeah.
their right, like it's their sacred right to stay closed.
Yeah.
And my mind changed a little bit about authentic
Yeah.
relating with everybody.
Yeah. Whenever we think that we found the way to save the world, this is exactly the time to stop everything, look inside, and see where did my ego take over the whole situation. Like it's arrogance. It's arrogance. Little old me. I know how to fix this whole situation because I came here 40 something years ago, and I learned a few things, and I know how to fix all the rest of you. This is ego trip, you know. And it's okay. It's okay. We all have it. We all get it sometimes. It's like a cold. You get it sometimes. Just when I get it.
Did you have it with voice? Did you have a moment when you thought that the voice was it?
Definitely, definitely. Gathering people in this ceremonial manner, opening these song circles, these situations where our hearts are open and we realize that we are all united in this journey of life. Oh, so yes. And then I went for a little while. It was, I think, 12 years ago still, that I had this chapter, and I was carrying this flag, this imaginary flag of, let's extend those circles, let's bring people in, we can, it's our duty to bring more people in. And then of course I crashed completely and had the most horrible time, and had a few conflicts with a few people that did not feel like being guided to the light. And I'm very happy that I realized it quickly enough before really getting devastated from it, that I was just stuck in my mind and in my ego, and I let go of this. And I remember that I just love sitting around the fire and sing. If the fire is a candle, if the fire is our mutual passion, if I just love gathering and singing with people who love gathering and singing with. So that's what I do. And I'm observing this thing as it grows, and it fills me with joy to see more and more of these gatherings in many different forms happening around the world, of people singing together to some extent of devotion.
Yes, because you call them temple, and it feels like a temple of presence, love, connection.
Yeah, it's a music temple. Also, a concert is a music temple, by the way. Even a heavy death metal concert is a temple. We're inviting everyone to come here and praise with this kind of like, we're uniting with this kind of frequency, of human frequency. Amazing. Amazing. This is deep, deep, deep healing. When I went to the first rave, Goa trance, psychedelic trance parties, and was dancing after being young, after the Israeli army, I had so much aggression to release, and these temples helped me to do so. Nowadays, I feel okay. It's just not my temple. It's a temple. It's just not my temple. I have a temple, but I need different vibration right now. This is what turns me on. So I'm looking for the partners that this turns them on too.
You like that? I have a friend who says that in Poland, men drink alcohol and it's their sacrament, because this is the only place where they can open up and cry and talk about their problems and, whatever they hold in their hearts. And I like this idea because I don't like alcohol and I'm really opposed. But when I look at it from this perspective, it gives me more compassion for those who drink. And that it is a way of connection, making connection, showing yourself.
Yeah.
Maybe not the best for our health. Singing is probably much better, but still.
Yeah.
Mm.
Whatever is needed, whatever works, everything is legit in our world. Everything is legit. Also the horrible stuff that are happening. We need to go through this. We grow from reaching the edges and experiencing the pain, experiencing suffering, and then the suffering grows and grows until it explodes and becomes something horrible, and it's a part of our growth path, and it's just something to embrace and accept, not to judge, for sure.
Yeah, you mentioned Israel because you are from there.
Yeah.
So can you hold this like that too, with this kind of compassion and love?
I do my best. It helps me to step away from there. Right now I'm in Costa Rica. When the war started, a week and a half later, we left, me and my family. so that I can stay in my right kind of in my right mind, in my right heart, and to keep my compassion and my heart open towards all the horrible things that have happened and that are happening there right now.
It feels to me like it's our contribution to the world, that we can stay in the heart and we can stay. It's my dog.
Yeah, I was wondering.
That this is, in this chaos that is happening currently in the world. Peg. In this chaos that is happening currently in my house, that holding this, it's perfect, holding this inner light and creating spaces for other people to do that, to really connect to who we truly are, to our essence. I feel that this is what we can do in this turmoil and chaos, and sometimes when I'm accused of not knowing about the situation in the world with details and not following the news, no, I feel I don't need that. That if I was there in those news, that I would get into fear, and this is not where I want to be. And this is not what would be the best use of me too in the world and service. And from what I heard, it's the same for you. Like you wanted to be a way to share.
Yes, there is a certain service that I give in this world. There's my thing that I do in this world. And when I felt that it was being squeezed and closed, then I moved out. When it was COVID times in Israel and it wasn't possible to gather, we left the family. We went to Mexico and we spent a year and a half there. And over there it was okay to gather and to sing and to praise, to be together. So we kept on doing this. And now when Israel once again became like, so we're moving and we're doing this thing, and I don't know if I'm doing the right thing. I have no idea. I'm just listening to the needs of myself, of my partner, of my kids, and I'm trying to follow that, not to get much caught in ideas. And when things are chaotic, then it's time to contain chaos. And yeah, and maybe now it's not the time to move into the deepest of prayers in Israel with the tribe, or no, now it's time where there's a lot of tension and sensitivity around that. So it's okay to respect also the container that is beyond what I created and I intended. It's just what is. It's like right now the dog is barking. So that's the container. I wanted maybe to go deeper with my sentence and to maybe say something, and then the dog always okay. So this is the content. This is what our conversation needs to contain right now. And as facilitators, as facilitators of spaces, we have to respect that, to respect the space that we're entering. It's not my idea that I'm.
I'm going to let the dog out so he doesn't disturb us anymore. And maybe cut this out afterwards. I like that you said that you are not sure if you are doing the right thing with whatever you are doing. I hear humility in that.
Yeah, I really have no idea.
And what do you feel about like the world at the moment? Because there is a lot of chaos, in every direction we look, it's chaotic. Do you have any
I don't think
thoughts?
it's okay. I don't think it's so chaotic, the world.
Sitting in Costa Rica.
No, it's I'm sitting in Costa Rica because this is it's a quiet place and I like this. I like this quietness. It's good for me. Yet when I'm observing the rough edges, I don't look at it as chaotic. I look at it as natural. This is what's happening now. It's nature. Humanity is nature. And what we're doing in this world is the world doing in this world. The world brought us. The world brought artificial intelligence through us. But it's all life. Nothing is excluded. And saying, okay, there's harmony here and there's chaos there. No, there's a chaotic harmony, harmonious field happening everywhere, and it's all a part of that. So I'm watching the waves. I'm sitting looking at the ocean, and I'm watching the waves coming in. The waves coming in, and sometimes it's a big wave, and it looks like, oh my God! And also after this wave, it will die down, and there will be another wave and another wave. And in different seasons, the waves they look in they're in different heights and different texture. And some seasons it's amazing. Take your surfboard and go into the ocean. Some seasons like stay out, man, and just look at the magnificence and power of this thing.
Sounds like enlightenment. Or do you get tangled up in those waves at times?
I don't know. I think enlightenment is kind of a moment where you cross center. There's a central pole of truth, of presence, of being, of acceptance in the now that is there all the time. And then our spotlight consciousness at some moments passes through it, because we're like a pendulum. We're always moving. So, and once every while we touch this thing, and then if we're like, oh my God, I found enlightenment, this pushes us really far away, and then it'll be a while until we touch it. We just dance around it, remembering that there's always deeper and deeper and deeper. It's never going to be enough. Yeah.
So I know that leading or holding space for the singing and for the voice is bringing you joy. What else is bringing you joy?
Being in harmony with my partner, with my wife. When we are in harmony, when we feel each other, when we're connected and walking and present and ready for each other to receive every small nuance, when we're moving together, this gives me the most joy. Everything, I see this as the temple of temples in the center of my life, the energy between me and her. And as long as this is harmonious, then and once again, like enlightenment, it's something that you pass through for a moment, and then you drift away, and then and then you come back to it, and so I think it's more than the actual presence in it. It's just doing this work, being in this work with her is something that gives me a lot of joy. Striving towards harmony between my personal feminine masculine temple of life.
And when you are not in harmony, what helps you to bring back that harmony?
Specifically in the relationship, to do the laundry and dishes, to organize something, to work in that helps. Yeah, singing helps so much.
So you sing together?
Not so much, no. Our life is our mutual song. There is this dance between us all the time. But definitely just communication. So a song is a way for me to communicate with myself what's going on. to communicate the subtleties of emotions beyond words. And then the next thing to do is to express, is to sit down together, to clear time, to say, hey, I feel far away. It pains me, it hurts me to be far away. I don't know what to do about this. I don't know how to come close. I would like to let's talk. Let's sit down and talk. And this always, it can trigger, it can bring things, and eventually it will bring us back together.
Thank you for sharing. And how long have you been together?
It's over 15 years.
I'm fascinated by couples who are together and who have been walking like long path together. My parents have been together for 50 years, and it's crazy to me. And I really admire people who can do that, you know?
Yeah, it was easier a generation or two ago. It was much easier to do so because it was very, very confirmative. It was, this is the way. This is the way. There was no doubt about it. Like, come on, you're a Christian. You're gonna marry forever, like until death do you part. You know, you're Jewish. You signed the contract, and that's it. It's forever. You know, so Muslim, everything. It was solid. Nowadays, I'm an individual. I don't know if I feel connected anymore. Maybe it's too many challenges, or maybe it's not the right thing, or just the way that we are today. Today we're wide open in many directions. And there are many different ways of doing spiritual work other than being in a relationship and bringing kids. People find their own way of worship because to be in a relationship, in a long-term relationship, it's just being in worship. It's spiritual work more than anything. It's for sure not to make life easier. You know, it's not about that. It's on the contrary. It's how can I contain more challenges and stay in my heart and stay in my faith. And then whenever a challenge comes, like, oh, the relationship is doing its work. It's okay. It's functioning. You know. It's a path to choose, and we can choose many different paths. And today I think there are more available to us. So we don't necessarily have to go this way. Also, there's enough kids and enough people around the planet. You know, we don't need to populate so much.
So do you have thoughts sometimes that you are not made for that and that this is the end and I'm leaving? Do you have that with your wife, or that doesn't happen?
It happened a few times on the path. Yeah. And I think and once again, when we stick together for long enough, we can find a way to do that.
Exactly, yeah, because I think that this is devotion, yes? You just make a choice and you walk the path.
Yeah.
Yeah, beautiful. So is there anything else that you would like to add before we finish?
Wow. Maybe just to say again, to acknowledge the people that are with us in the now of later times, and to say thank you for being here. Thank you for holding this space with us. It's this whole conversation was made for you, and it allowed me, and I can say it allowed us to dive into this deep observation and exploration of our human journey. So thank you for being here. Thank you for holding this space, especially if you lasted that long. And also to embrace anything that this might have invoked. Talking about relationship invoked emotions. So how can you try and sit with that and not try and push it away and do something that, but to just be with, or the uncertainty or the hardships of life, or your relationship with your voice and singing with people, or anything that came up, um, is an opportunity through this vessel that is being held with us three, me and Kasha and you that is listening right now, and so many other people that are listening to that, and just to receive the gifts of that and to become better friends with that, and then maybe a vocal way to work through, to work with that, to whatever comes, because the mind doesn't always know how to contain. So many times just to sing it out, just to find a, without even an instrument, just for example, how I feel right now is hey, 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 and it's not even the melody that I choose, but it's the little, where the voice is cracking and shivering and moving, and it just moves the energy inside. So if you can't right now because there's people around or anything, so when you're driving the car next time, or when you're in the shower next time, or just between you and yourself, you can just kind of go like this and whisper into your ear, and move this energy, let it be, and trust it to do its work and heal whatever it needs to heal. Before something is healed, it needs to rise to the surface, and then it's being dealt with, and the body does what it, consciousness does what it needs with it, if it's any kind of emotional substance. And it's, yeah, and rejoice because it's on its way. If it's a challenging thing, then it's on its way out.
Thank you for singing out how you feel right now, because this was going to be my question to you. Yeah, it just came at the end that I would like to ask you how you feel right now, and then you did that when I had a question in my mind. That was interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How do you feel right now?
I feel calm, and I feel like I want to sing more.
Mm.
Mm. This is something that is my dream, to lead or to facilitate or to hold kirtans, or something like kirtans, but singing together is, to me, it feels like the most, like it evokes the most devotional space for me. Dance does it to me too. I love to dance, but there's something very special about singing together. You cannot hide in that. You cannot hide in dance, but in singing,
Yeah.
and I think that people are afraid of that too, of showing that, of showing them themselves.
Yeah, we are.
Mm, we are.
And it's what makes it so amazing every time again, huh?
Mm. Okay, so
I'm so happy to hear that this is something that you have the urge to do. And I can say that that the songs that you choose, and the way that you guide is the tip of the iceberg. The main thing is the space that you hold inside of you, and what is the inner space that you're inviting for. What is the thing, what are the things that you recognize as truths, and this is what you're inviting for. And I'm so happy that you have this passion in you. I'm happy for the people that will show up
mm,
in your circles to come.
thank you. I don't know if it's going to happen because I'm still kind of a little bit intimidated with my voice, and I'm learning to play ukulele right now, and we'll see what happens and where life guides me. I love to create spaces for people to meet, and now I am just organizing different events. They're quite small, but this is what I'm doing for people to inspire each other and to spark each other and to connect. Maybe one day, if it's part of my path, I am open to that.
You know, when we have a passion inside of us to do something, I see this as a calling from the universe,
Mm.
saying, hey, this is your path. Why is this exciting? You didn't choose to be excited about that, right? It's something life kind of created this inside of you, telling you, hey, this this is it, or this is another it in your life.
A little bit like love, yes?
same natural flow of things, the path of least resistance. And yes, there's fear. Also in love, there's fear that arises. Yet this fear is what shivers your voice when you get there, and is what squeezes this extra juice from you. So don't wait until it goes away.
Thank you. Okay. So let's close our eyes again for a moment and breathe into this depth inside you with all those emotions that were stirred and thoughts. I want to thank all of those who were here with us in the visible and invisible. Thank you, spirits, guides, angels, all those beings that are incarnated, that were incarnated, and that will be in the future. And I want to acknowledge our hearts, our sacred hearts, that part that connects us to everything. You can take a deeper breath, and when you are ready, open your eyes. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Kasha.